20. 10. Retard. Retard. Retard.
So, welcome back everyone. I'm just trying to figure out where we are. Okay, so first of all, I need to go and activate multiplayer.
Is the airport called Hattfjelldal?
Hattfjelldal, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, we're going to go multiplayer on. And then we'll have all players. No, live weather not. Gonna take Norway tour. Daytime. So, Brennell is there. Okay.
Oh, you can
Which
see me.
time?
Nice. Somewhere around noon time where you have daylight.
Roger.
Okay. And weather, not live weather.
Not live weather. Live weather is way too bad for the VFR flight.
Okay, I'm gonna take the custom, the preset.
Our weather team is with almost no wind, so we can approach from each side we like.
Okay.
I just wanted to take that parking spot.
So, let me go. Right, daytime. Let me see. Brennard's on the other side. Ah, there we are. Can you see now, Brennard?
Let me see. Yes, I can see you. Very good.
So I just need to set
I'm
my...
surprised that there is simply no plane in the air. Never have this happened here in the simulator.
Okay. So let me check. They've got 2 throttles there. That's one. That's the other one. So then on the prop levers. One, two. Mixtures.
Oh no, connection lost.
Yeah, I'll give it a second. It should reconnect again. Oh, I need to install the yoke. Hold on. It's a bit weird to fly the Cessna with the joystick.
Oh, I always fly with a joystick. No problem.
Do you actually have a yoke, Brennard, as a peripheral?
No, I don't have. I don't have the space to store all this hardware things.
I know the problem.
Hey, you have a big room there.
Yeah. It's. I'm glad I do have that room. Otherwise, I would have trouble with my wife.
Have you ever sent you the video of this movable chair for flight simulation?
Oh, it's the one with motion.
Yeah.
The
motion chair.
I think so, but you can try again.
Yeah, I can send you. Let me have a look. I will send you again.
Where's my...
If you like, you can show it in a stream. Maybe it's funny. Where's it?
Is the red autothrust button on your Airbus handles working? It's working, Dreamliner. Did you do everything according to the instruction video? There we go. perfect. All right, so
here
that's
it
all
is.
good. There you go. So,
I will send it to you in Discord.
okay, I'll have a look at in a minute. So then we want that in. MCK, how's your flying going actually? Have you had any missions lately, or was the weather too bad, or?
Here you have. It's actually for racing simulation, but I guess it's should be no problem to use this also for flight simulation.
Okay. I was just wondering what was that noise. Okay. QBI behind me, because then it's not showing a helicopter, unfortunately.
I think there's no way to influence how the model matching works, right? Or does anyone know in software to configure that?
What is the code of the destination?
Romeo Alpha.
Roswell? Or what?
Yes,
what-
exactly.
Okay. Yes, Blackbird, I'm behind you.
Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunately not working with the helicopter model.
Have you ever flown a helicopter here in the simulator in MSFS?
Yeah, I've flown the HM, so the one that Q is flying.
Oh, okay.
But I think truly,
So-
if you want to have the real experience, you want to have a collective somewhere.
Yeah, for sure. That will be an interesting takeoff here, I can say.
Okay. So regarding the routing flight plan, let me just have a look. So
Simply enter the approach. We will do the localizer approach, and then we will fly direct from here to the final approach fix.
Roger.
It's the localizer Charlie, or I think Bravo is the same almost.
So just the approach itself.
Yes, no star.
Okay. So RP Alpha 13 you suggested.
No, no RP localizer.
Okay. If I have Bravo or Charlie, so Bravo
It's
then.
the same, I think. Whatever you like.
Okay, we'll take the Bravo.
Okay, I will dial in directly the frequency. It is 111.3.
111.3, copied.
3. And the course is 75.
Mhm. Okay.
Set.
So. And do you go direct Bravo Delta Oscar
Going
approach fix?
Direct Oscar Mike 32 for me.
Okay. Alright, do that flight. And how high? 5,000, 4,000?
I think 3000 or 35 we need.
Okay.
3000 is already the final approach altitude.
Okay. Okay, so I have programmed everything.
Very good. Then come to the runway 06 and we will do a power takeoff. No flaps takeoff. Don't forget it.
Ja. Hey Finders, wie geht's dir? How are you doing? MCK wrote you haven't got any bookings due to the workload with school. Okay, Roger. Yeah. When you do have time, it's overcast 100. Oh, okay, yeah. Winter time. Yeah, that sucks. Well, MCK, I think the way I judge your abilities, I think when you get back flying again, I don't think you'll have big issues. It's more procedure-wise, maybe to get to feel proficient, but I don't think you're gonna have any bigger issues. Hey Sasha, welcome back. Rightio. So let's have a look.
Okay.
Ready.
Ready when you are.
Yeah. Let's go. Cuban is bonanza offering.
Hopefully this will work here.
Keeping fingers crossed. Right. Props are forward. Everything's set. Go to heading.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Okay, cool.
Okay, after takeoff, turn left.
Those sounds, absolutely brilliant.
Yes, fantastic.
Right, that trim was not correct, but there we go. Gears coming up.
What happened?
I think I've got a really weird kind of sound here. Hang on. The gears up. Oh, it's the autopilot off indication. I have no idea what that sound is.
What sound do you get?
It's like let me just lower the landing gear again.
Oh, okay.
Just see if that goes away. It sounds like the landing gear.
Gears up
Yeah.
and flaps are up.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, hang on, let me see. Just, yeah. Oh no, it's okay. Maybe the flaps was one notch down or something. Okay, disregard. But that was probably the flaps. Yeah.
They just forgot to switch to GPS, and so it tracked some weird VORs here.
Okay. Let's get that all back to normal levels. Direct to Bodo. Activate. There we go. So now we have GPS, nav. Autopilot on.
Oh, I'm already way too high. What's that?
What is the scheduled altitude?
3,000, or so let's say 3,500. But I missed to stop climbing there. I have to descend now.
Really? But hang on.
Yeah,
I have.
I'm
how
already
high is that?
5,500 feet already.
It shows to me, lol. It's 177 miles to go.
What? Impossible. it's a short way.
Hang on.
But do you have enter Echo November Romeo Alpha as destination or which one?
Yeah.
Then have a look into the flight plan. Which leg is very long? Maybe you entered any weird waypoints or so.
Okay, so which director did you choose?
Oscar Mike 32. You can go into your flight plan, then push on Oscar Mike 32, and then press the direct button on the right side of the GPS, and then again on the direct, and then you have it.
Yeah.
It is for me 34 miles.
Yeah. Okay. 45. Okay. I'll take it all back. I'll take it back.
Yep. Maybe. I'm already at almost 200 knots. I pull a little bit out here. Speed.
How does the plane look on VATSIM? You mean the helicopter? Yeah, I don't know, to be honest. So the thing is, actually, if you have that add-on installed, you would have the right model matching. I don't know why, even though you have some basic helicopters now in Max Flight Sim, why it's not showing any of those models, but there we go. So, cool. So I'll show the folks here the approach. Just now. Yeah, Giftswerk. I thought Border was nearby. I didn't realize that it was that far away. So, Echo November Romeo Alpha. Let's search. There we go. So we're going to do the localizer Bravo. 1430 is the minimum. And we are currently... Oh, is it that airport? Ah, yeah. So we've been here before on the group flight.
So we have been here a long time ago.
Yeah.
And this is
So-
a very interesting approach.
Yeah, so let me just fill everyone in. So you fly a localized approach, and the runway is actually here. So it is 3113.
And we will do the circling. Yes, of the 1-3.
Yeah. 13?
Yes,
Wow.
of course.
Yeah, why do it the easy way when you could do the hard
Yeah,
way?
Blackbox, you know me.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. So we'll fly the localized approach. So we're going to do instrument approach initially. So 5,000 there, then we've got 3,000 outer marker. And then we'll descend down to 1430, circling altitude. Elevation of the airport is 230. So 1,200 feet circling. And then at the middle marker, there's a little tower there as well. We'll break off towards the runway, and then we do a right-hand pattern. So we'll see how that goes. I have no idea how far away we are, how close the pattern is. So yeah, we're going to judge that again.
You simply fly along the runway overhead, I think in about 1,000 feet altitude. And when you leave the runway, then you break off to the left for 30 degrees, fly along the lake, and then you do your 180 turn and approach.
Okay.
I already tried it to see if it is possible with the 414, and it is.
Good.
And
I'm gonna climb
yeah, 5,000. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to climb a bit higher here.
Yeah, we need. I think we need at least 5,000 to come over the mountains.
So let's set the course to 075. 075 set. Now flight is raw data without the Garmin, without autopilot and IMC. Ooh. Man, you would need really to trust your basic instruments, especially when it's terrain around like this. Hey Amundo, it's nice to see you. Good evening. In fact, my company are chosen to make a brand new airport in Mo i Rana. Really? So is it like situated somewhere else, or is it actually the old airport but bigger runway, or?
I think it is a good idea to make this, but I think it's not a good thing for us, because they will make a bigger runway and then it's not so interesting to approach there for us here.
Yeah, that's probably true. MCK, if we were to do a threat and error management briefing in that case, we wouldn't even, we wouldn't finish that briefing. It would take hours. That's a brand new airport. Wow, okay. Here we go, 5,000 feet. Ah, beautiful. Look at that.
I wonder where they will build this airport. There is not that much space. Maybe they fill the fjord with concrete and then build it on the fjord.
Yeah, payday, and yeah, it's a payway aircraft, yeah. So let me see if the brand name is let me see. Brent, what's the aircraft brand name called again?
You mean the company?
Yeah, that makes the add-on.
Let me think a second. It is Flightsimulator.
Flightsimulators, there we go. So Flightsimulators. Yeah, gift circuit, exactly. So, and it's payware, absolutely. But it's a wonder. If you enjoy these kind of aircraft, this is one of the better ones to own. This is actually very good. And I've also chosen the extra Garmin package from all these different companies.
PMS 50.
Yeah, PMS 50. There we go.
The GTN 750. It is. You can have this as freeware with limited functionalities, and when you pay for it, then you have all functionalities, and it is very good. It is worth the money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's descend a little bit, because we need to be at 3,000 for me in 10 miles.
Well, you are. Yeah, I still have. Let me see. I still have 25 miles to go.
Oh, are you slow?
150 knots.
Okay, I'm almost 200.
Hey, Swiss Tony. So you prefer this aircraft to the Cessna 310, yeah? Wow, really? £650 per hour for diamonds? Blimey. Yeah, so VFR flying here on Max Flight Sim also absolutely brilliant. If the add-on is nice and it doesn't, you know, you don't feel it's too twitchy or something, it's really lovely. That briefcase. Thank you for not smoking.
Okay,
Nice.
reached 3,000 feet, and now I'm capturing the localizer.
Roger. So I'm at 18 miles. Yeah, I'll go into the next ridge before I start descending.
Yep.
Haha, yeah. Tony, the problem is they're the ones paying your bills, so hey, you gotta be careful with that. Hey, Nando Kitty, yeah, they are. So this is a preset Reynolds made, a weather preset, especially for the Norway tour. Don't they pay in advance? Well, that's a mistake. Should pay half, or a third. Ah, okay, so Mundus just posted a picture, a link to picture where they want to build it. Ah, okay, so it's the south. Okay, south of the current airport. So pretty much where the middle marker is right now.
Oh, okay. But it's not a flat land there.
I guess they will make it flat somehow.
Okay.
Okay, I'm starting my descent as well. They will blast it flat. Mundos, let me know how much dynamite you use for that. Oh, it must be fun though. Do you have your own iPad in real job? No. So at the moment we have Microsoft tablets, and it's a company tablet. So I take care of it. I need to update everything. Keep everything current, but it's a company tablet, not mine.
But you have all the day the same tablet. You don't change it every time.
No. It's for about 5 or 6 years.
Okay. Do you have a moving map on there where you can see where your aircraft is?
In the aircraft, so we have an aircraft EFB, which is secured in the aircraft, so we don't take that out. But we have our own EFBs, which are similar, but not completely the same. So we don't have all of the functionality that the aircraft version has.
Okay. But I mean, especially for ground movement, do you have airport charts where you can see where you actually are?
In the aircraft tablet, yes.
That's good.
So, and that's really helpful. Yeah, absolutely. So intercept the localizer at 3,000 out of my. Oh god. So
The automatic capturing of the localizer gone wrong. I have to intercept it manually.
okay.
Then try to do a 360.
Okay. So I have to do this a little bit with. There's a localizer. Oh, okay. Triple. Whoa. There's a localizer coming in. So let's slow this thing down, and 1430 is the circling altitude. Here comes the first set of flaps. Props for forward, makes us rich. So 3.5 miles from the localizer.
Good night.
Lee, mach's gut, vielen Dank. Good night to you. Could you turn the OBS for me? So this one. So you need to set that on both sides though, then hang on, let me put that on 2. 11.3 transfer. There we go. So, oops. Reaching nose 075. A bit off the center here, so 075. There we go. So we have circling altitude, approaching Golf Romeo, and then around the next bend we'll see the airport. We'll switch the flight directors off. Full flaps, nice and slow. They model that correctly? Okay, cool. That's good to hear. A bit left of course, but I'm more like visual at the moment, so not really flying the localizer anymore because we can see the ground, everything's good. Venus, welcome. MCK, that's just my airline attitude, yeah. But you are correct, yeah, I guess nobody would rip your head off. Well, cool. There's the airport there. So we'll cross it and then... Have you ever gone the wrong way at the ground? Yes, I have. And there's an airport where it can happen really quickly. And if you're not familiar with the airports, let's say your first time there, and your first officer is lost as well, it can happen really quickly. So let's see how we can do this. I'm going to start down a little bit because I have no idea how far I can go around that valley. Right, I can see it's not far. And you're supposed to have circle or the circling lights somewhere, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, you can see it. I think it's for the night time.
Okay. That's Brennell there. I guess at MCK, these are the kind of the little things you learn when you actually fly there IRL. But I mean, if you don't know better, I mean, you would surely stick to everything exactly according to the book, right? I mean, you would normally not dare to do otherwise. So let's see, we're supposed to circle somewhere over the water here, so let's just go this way a bit before we then turn around. We set the elevation is about 230. So let's do a nice turn here. See if we can get ourselves nicely established inbound.
Nice little airport here.
Ah, that's the runway. Cool. So let's continue down a bit fast. Should be alright on the path now. Yeah, one red, one wide. So let's go forward a bit. That's all right. Although maybe a tad low there. Profile. So the runway looks a bit flat from this angle. Just going to maintain a little bit more max level there. There we go. Now we should be all right. So ground speed about 90 knots, so 450 on the descent rate. Should keep us nicely on a nice 3-degree profile. Just make sure we've got landing gear down, 3 green, flaps are full, fantastic. I love the aircraft handles so nicely, and it doesn't drop the nose like crazy when you reduce the thrusts or the throttle. So that's really nice.
Yeah, I heard some people saying this airplane drops the nose way too less.
Oh,
Needs
okay.
to improve.
No, okay.
I don't like it to improve.
You parked here just to watch you guys land. With the nice, cool. I hope you enjoyed that. That was nice, cool. That's good to hear. Right, so we'll park next to Brel there, and then we set up for the next flight. So the next flight's a bit longer, I think.
Little bit longer, yes.
Yeah, 58 miles. Okay, but all
Yeah.
good. This aircraft is fast, so. Park behind Brunel there. I think QB is back here. Is that him?
I'm
Yeah,
on
that's him.
final.
Oh, okay. Ah, that's the that's shot by lips there. Oh, okay. So QB. Oh, you're coming straight in, probably, right? For the other one. Yeah.
No. I'm trying to hit the runway, but I'm gonna take the other side.
Okay. Ah, there he is. Okay. So let's finish this flight.
So the next one is Bravo Oscar.
Mhm.
And we will do the RMP 25.
Okay.
Yes, QB.
Yeah, just coming in. So let's get the next leg going. QB changed color in flight.
Oh,
he had an orange aircraft when he departed, and now it's blue. So the next one is going to be en route to Bordeaux.
yes.
So fly start. Could not what? Oh, okay. So yeah, no, all good.
RMP 25 with transition Adderall, please. And then simply direct.
Roger. Right, smart cars has started again. So go menu, flight plan. Menu, delete. So
What is the code of the airport?
Bravo Oscar.
yeah, Echo November Bravo Oscar. Bordeaux. And there we fly the
RNAV 25 with Adrel. And simply direct off to Adrel.
Okay.
Let me have a look for the altitude.
All set. We're departing.
Direction as we came in.
Okay.
So we need 35. I would say 5,000 cruising altitude again.
When you say we came in, so we for the final approach.
Yeah, in the same
okay.
direction.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Now I can see. I couldn't see you before, so that's why I was.
Yep. Turning around here.
What happened after we talked? Well, I mean, we explained. We talked to the ground controller. Apologized for going the wrong way, and then he gave us an alternative routing. I mean, you know.
No ticket?
No. You would literally only get a ticket for flying off route without clearance. So you get a noise report or something. That can be very expensive. At least in a jet, it can be very expensive.
And you have it to pay by your own, or does it pay by the company?
You have to pay on your own.
Oh.
Yeah. And
there's 1 month of salary gone.
A colleague of mine had a letter from the Luftfahrtbundesamt, and it said 8,000 euros because he went more than a mile off route in Frankfurt. 8,000 euros.
A mile?
Yeah.
Oh. Crazy.
But he got a lawyer, and then they kind of argued that there was a lot of wind that day, and so on and blah. And so I don't know what happened afterwards, but it can be very expensive. Yeah,
ready when you are?
Now. Yeah, we're ready.
Don't forget flaps up.
Yeah.
Full power, and then after the runway we will do a right turn.
Roger. Oh, the helicopter's fast. Blimey. Well, initially, now I'm going to get you. So, I guess a lot of people think that when you make mistakes, you get told off by ATC or coffee no biscuits with your boss. Well, first thing that happens, I mean, first of all, you could talk to the controller and then get a phone number and talk to him or her after the flight over the telephone line, explain what happened. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be a filed report. If nobody was endangered, then it could just be a talk, and that's it. If the controller makes an entry into his daily logbook and the supervisor decides that it should be followed up, in our case, the company would be informed, which would be then our fleet captain, and I would get a phone call from the fleet captain. hey Musculazone, how you doing? And then I would write a report, if not already done so, and then next stage, if that didn't clear things up, then the next stage would be a hearing, which is already quite serious. And then if that goes against you, then, well, you're facing some more serious punishment. Not just fine through the authorities, but also, as we call it, Abmahnung in Germany. So that's, I don't know what the English word for that is. But that's quite serious. So you have like, that's like a yellow card. And if you have another issue within the next 6 months or 12 months, then you're potentially facing being sacked. So it's not, you know, it's not la-di-da. It's not as if you could do what you want and, you know, no consequences. No, there are serious consequences, especially when you have endangered someone. But otherwise, yeah, the smaller things.
Does your company have some statistics regarding fuel consumption per pilot?
No. Well, I mean, they could, but they're not doing that per pilot. They're doing that per sector.
Oh, okay. I hear there exist some companies who do that.
I'm not sure if that's really legal, because that would mean that you could pressure pilots. I know. Are you referring to Ryanair? Because they apparently there was a rumor that they have at each station they have a list. So I don't know, but that already endangers, you know, safety. So I don't think that's a good idea.
Maybe it's the reason for that some airlines were often seen with airplanes with low fuel on board.
Okay.
Because the less fuel you have on board, the less excess fuel you have on board, the fuel consumption drops. But then you don't have any reserves.
I mean, you have to have your legal reserves, but yeah, you're right. I mean, you know, the minute that you have some issues with weather or holding, and then of course it gets serious very quickly. But from what I can tell, and my experience with low-costers over the frequency, you rarely hear anyone call in with fuel issues. So I think they probably changed the policies again. And I think they are just as dedicated to fly as efficiently as possible. But I think they have their own, you know, they have extra fuel available. So
2500.
So let me just see that video that you've posted, if I can show that.
It's very short.
Just give me a second, I'm just going to pull it up here. So there we go. Nice.
Imagine you have this in your room.
Oh my
Awesome.
god. The sound. Jesus. But
Never
you
seen
need
a system like this.
yeah, but you need a room with higher walls, right, or ceiling.
Of course, of course. And you need a ground plate like stone or so,
Yeah.
because the thing is going on wheels.
Yeah.
I climbed
Alright,
up
so-
a little bit to 5.5 black box because it's a little bit too close with the mountains in front.
Okay. Climbing a bit more. Let's see.
Not too
MCK.
much, or you're underwater clouds.
Yeah. MCK, here's the fun thing. Our aircraft, our flight school doesn't have ADS-B, so we can't look at data off anything like flight radar to fly law. Ah, okay. To fight lawsuits. If someone complains to the CAA about the noise and us not respecting low-flying rules, then we would have to rely on flight tracking software on the iPad. When I go flying with the license, I don't look forward to having to buy an iPad subscription for some software. Yeah. It depends. I don't know how often you would have someone file a report. Okay, but I have no. At the moment, I don't have no experience in that regard. Today, Ryder wasn't kind with me. Why is that? The Ryder diverting from Madeira had enough fuel to go back to Lisbon. Yeah, well, I mean, if there's no, other options available.
The other option is Porto Santo. And then it's
Yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So if I mean, you know the rule that we have with a valid plan B, I would say they're probably using a similar thing. So if one airport like Madeira has issues with wind, and then the alternate has wind issues as well, so threats as we call them, then yeah, you have to have a valid plan B. And if that means you have to bring the fuel to go back to Lisbon, well, then that's just the way it is. Yeah, MCK, that's a good point as well. So, if you have, I mean, that's the thing with pilots, it may not seem significant, but every flight that I do, I could either go, I'm going to take a ton extra fuel every time, right? Or I take the time, look at the weather, look at my experience with that airport, and then seriously decide, if there's any extra fuel required, if yes, how much. And if we do that every flight, then I potentially save, I don't know, 50 to 100 kilograms, of fuel every flight. So even I have, as just being one pilot in the company, even I have quite a leverage over the year regarding costs for the company. I don't really see it so much as, for the company. Of course I do, but, I see it more regarding the environment. So quite often I will look at tankering flight plans, and I will decline the tankering if it's just for pricing, because if it only saves like $30, but it means blowing out another 400 kilograms of fuel, then I'll say no, I won't do it. And luckily my company doesn't pressure me on these decisions. Yeah, it's MCK, it's exactly that. It's so many different things you can do to save fuel. Flaps 3 instead of flaps 4. Right, single engine taxi out, single engine taxi in, idle reverse, etc., etc. So, look, asking for directs. That's one of the biggest things that we could do as pilots, because of an air traffic controller that is doing, let's say, mastery sector. He's busy talking. He's talking like non-stop, and so you can't expect him to always look and check, which directs are possible for you, because maybe then his buddy sitting next to him has to call the next sector, etc., etc., etc. So if we as pilots actually go and ask regularly regarding directs, quite often we hear stand by, and then a minute later, all right, Roger, direct. So so we do get a direct quite often by asking, and that thing alone can save so much fuel if you do it every time, every day, every flight. Hey Yoda, single engine takeoff, yeah. How you doing, Yoda?
Single engine taxi really save fuel?
Depends on the
I
airport.
think you only have one engine running, okay, but you need the thrust and the energy to accelerate the aircraft. If it comes from one engine or from two engine, I think
Yeah,
it doesn't make a difference.
But it's interesting when you have a very heavy aircraft and it's taxiing out. Then yes, then like I say, the remaining engine has to be put to so much power over a longer period of time. The question really is, how much do you save? However, when you've landed, you've burned most of your fuel, you're a lot lighter, so taxi in makes a lot of sense to switch off an engine.
But you have to wait after landing 2 minutes, I think, until before you can switch the engine off.
Well, for the Airbus, it's 3 minutes.
And vice versa, you have to start the engine how many minutes before takeoff?
Depends on the engine type and how long you've switched the engine off. So usually there's a 2-hour boundary where you have to, in some instances, IAE or NEOs, wait 5 minutes.
Okay.
And that again, that means you're idling the engine for 5 minutes before you can depart, right? So again, single engine taxi out only makes sense if you would talk about airports like Heathrow, or Amsterdam when you have a long taxi out maybe. But again, all depends on the aircraft weight, etc., etc. So it's difficult to judge sometimes if that really saves money.
Maybe when you have a long waiting queue on the departure, then it makes sense.
Yeah, New York, for example, New York City. Sure, you always have huge queues. That does make sense then, yeah. Yeah, taxi to it's 36 left in this case.
And can you also do single engine taxi with 747?
No, you do a dual engine taxi.
Okay.
Yeah, not only that, MCK, so even the flight control check, we have to do it standing still. I know, so yeah, we have very strict rules in some regards. Yeah. I know you know. Just saying for the other viewers here. How do you manage 30-minute turnarounds? Is that safe? Yes, it all depends on the support you get from the ground. So I remember that we had on the 737, we had especially domestic flights, we had 30-minute turnarounds, and you had staff that was just so fast and so efficient that yeah, it was safe. No problem.
When you have a very short turnaround, then can you maybe face the problem you can have a hot start?
No. No, it's not like a turboprop engine or something like that. The jet engines are in this regard not so critical. MCK, I don't know. You have to ask my experts. I've given up on asking that. Do you know why some companies forbid jump seat? Well, it's not up to the companies. It's actually a country regulation. So, for example, UK, Canada, US, they have very strict rules regarding who's allowed to be up in the flight deck. While in general, it's obviously just either on-duty crew members or fully licensed pilots that will get access.
Descent?
Yep.
3000?
Unless, of course, you have, I don't know, some amazing pilots that decide to make an exception. Like 1 in a million chances, but you know, I'm sure that someone has tried and actually got lucky. So you never know. Actually, the next restriction isn't it 5-3, Reynolds?
Yes, but we are going VFR, so you don't need to keep that altitude. 3000 is the final approach altitude. That's what I mean.
Oh, really? Okay, that's a shame. Yeah. So I don't know. So for me, whenever I get someone ask either doing boarding or deboarding, they want to have a look in the cockpit. Sure, I would not refuse that. And they get a free light test, a free Bruno light test as well. As a passenger, I can tell you, I wouldn't like anyone in the cockpit who isn't supposed to be there. Yeah, Nando Kitty, that's the thing. I mean, but other Vico, you will get a light test. So should you fly with me, you'll get a light test. 2 if you want.
Landing lights, nice one.
MCK, yeah, sure. Give me a shout on that. I'll let you know in April. So if I don't get pulled in April, then it's going to be probably October. So then the chances are high. It's a deal. Hey, V Chris, nice to see you. You're still very busy.
It's an
Okay, so-
interesting
yeah.
approach here when you do it with an airline black box. Flying directly onto the mountains and then turning in the last moment.
Yeah. Yeah, but it rings a bell. As if we did a circling here at some point as well.
No, I think this is a different one.
What is your guys like ETA on touchdown?
5 minutes?
Because I'm
Okay,
5 minutes.
2
Okay, I'm
minutes.
still 15 minutes out.
really? 2 or 3 minutes, I think. Turning final right now, and then the descent to the runway.
So let's see. Just gonna slow down here, don't we? 3,000. V Chris, I just hope you're well. No worries about not being here more often. I mean, you know, we all have busy life or things in life to do, so all good on that. I'm happy to see you from time to time. There's the runway. Ah, okay. So it's a bit offset, is it?
It is offset, yes.
Oh.
But it's pressing approach mode now.
Mhm.
Oh, you're overtaking me.
What?
Wow. Yes.
I'm sorry. I was a bit fast. I was reading chat.
Maybe you're a bit too fast. This
Yeah.
aircraft has one disadvantage. It is very difficult to slow down.
Yeah, unless you throw the landing gear out.
Yeah.
So actually, I do have a glide path, so that should work.
Yes, it do.
Yeah, be Chris again. The important thing is you're well, and I'll be here. The community will be here whenever you jump in. Always nice to see you. Yeah, so Muscular Zone. I would say I would expect that maybe the captain already told the flight attendant. If anyone asks, just say no. Again, I find that it's a shame, but that's just the way it is. I mean,
Maybe some
Yes.
captains are too shy to talk to passengers.
no, I would be very surprised if that were the case. So here comes a glide path. Let's see if it captured. Oh, it captured it! Wow, how cool is that?
The final approach glide path, or do you
Yeah.
have ILS approach?
No, the RNAV approach.
Fantastic.
So GPS, GP it says. That's really good. Yeah, it looks like a proper path. I see 2 red, 2 white. That's very impressive. Right, that's the altitude alert. That's copied. But that's intentional. Now it's still beeping, I don't know why, it's making me nervous. Gears down, flaps are full.
Oh, black marks have a problem.
What? Oh no! I can see a problem.
Slow down a little bit too much.
Oh, lol. I have no idea what the sound is.
I think it is a really interesting approach here for the airliner. I did it one time years ago and it was really impressive.
Punch the loudspeaker and it shuts up, yeah. Oh, yeah, but you have to repair it again. But that's really impressive, I like it. Look how it's keeping nicely the glide path there. So we're doing an RP approach, or an RF approach, and it's actually simulating it nicely.
And is also capable for LPV approaches.
What's a purser? A purser's the boss of the cabin crew, if you like.
This is always
okay.
the person who is doing the passenger announcements.
Announcements? Yeah, normally it is. But I mean, he could delegate it to someone else. But yeah, normally that's a person. Right, it's weird. I've switched off the autopilot, and now the beeping has gone.
Okay.
So I'll just fly the flight directors here. I can see the runway. All good. Exactly. So, I mean, you know, if someone says, hey, is it okay if I do an announcement just for practice? Then yeah, they can do the announcement as well. I mean, the person is always happy that he doesn't have to do all the announcement all the time.
I'm wondering if they have to do the announcements all the time live. I don't know why this isn't recorded and they only play it.
If the purser or the cabin crew does an announcement and you also do an announcement from the cockpit at the same time, do they get overridden?
Yeah, I have priority, so... And for good reason. I mean, if I have to order evacuation or something, you know, I know that it's always a bit problematic for passengers to miss the announcement regarding the onward flights, but if the aircraft's on fire and we have to evacuate, I think that's more important, so it's a good thing that we can...
landing platforms.
Okay.
Then you have space to land.
Beautiful. That's a really nice approach as well.
9 minutes out.
400.
Yeah. I have a difficulty belief that the purser has more power than the captain. That would be against all logic. Maybe in sense of what goes on in the cabin with the passengers, so upgrading, downgrading or something. But I mean, any safety related stuff, it's the captain that has the responsibility. So I don't think that is true. Lovely, lovely, lovely flight.
So
Are you
I
leaving
would
right?
say that's it for today.
Yeah. Right at the end, Brennard, or
Bitte? Say again?
where are you exiting? Right at the end, or?
I'm coming back.
Ah, okay. So I can stop here. All right.
I left some space for you to land. I'm going to the apron. To your right side.
Yep. I don't have. So this is a freeware airport, correct?
Yeah, it's freeware, and
Flight
it's nice for freeware.
MG King, moin. Is there payware for this airport as well?
I don't know. At the time I made the tour, there was no payware, but maybe in the meantime there is one. I don't know.
Let's check. That's true. MCK has a good point there. Any recorded announcements, especially for the frequent travelers, they will not listen. I mean, well, to be fair, frequent travelers don't even listen to my announcements unless we're delayed or something. So if I want the attention from my passengers, I'll start the announcement saying that I've got some bad news for you. That always gets the attention. So I'll apologize. I'm sorry, but yeah.
Maybe you should do some funny announcements, and the passengers can hear to you.
Believe it or not, there has been so many complaints from especially frequent travelers complaining about funny announcements.
Really?
Yeah, it's so we've been asked not to do it. You can improvise a little bit, of course, and if it's some special situation, yes, of course, you know, football club or birthday or something, why not make it a funny announcement? But it all depends on the customers that I have on board. But yeah, otherwise, if I need the attention, I'll definitely speak out loud and say that I have to confront them with some bad news, and they listen. Savage. That's me. Middle name. So let's have a look. That can go off. That's good. That's good. So we want that off as well. Nice. I have to say, I really like the 414.
Yes, it is a nice aircraft. Very nice.
Absolutely
It is
amazing.
worth all the money.
Yeah. Cool. Loading Navigator charts. That's wrong. Let's get rid of that. Fantastic. All right. A female captain you flew with talked to me about her PAs because she was a female voice. No one pays attention. Yeah, I know that. I've heard of that problem as well. Oh, but that I've heard as well. And it's quite funny when you make the announcement. You're flying 45 minutes. And 2 minutes later, you get a call from one of the flight attendants asking how much longer we're flying. I'm like, all right. Were you just talking to a passenger back then, or, just make the announcement? So yeah, that can happen as well. We're out of salad. Hey Bob, how are you doing? We're out of salad, yeah.
Okay, in the Microsoft Marketplace, there is no add-on for this airport here.
Okay. It's weird though, because Bergen is a nice airport. I was surprised that.
It's not Bergen. It's Bodø.
Bodø, yeah, Bodø. Sorry, Bodø. But still, for this airport, it's a big, one of the bigger airports.
Yes, and it's a very nice one.
Oh.
But I think it's a matter of time. Then at some time they will come a nice airport.
But you've only checked the marketplace, right? And just check the
Only
website.
marketplace. I will check Orbix in a minute.
Echo November Bravo Oscar. Right, not forget to file the PIREP.
Yes.
So it's a former NATO base. Ah, okay. Sorry, so Giftswerk, you said Well, so 777 Bob. So Bob here has got the 737 MAX sound pack. So Bob, oh, there we go. I already answered that one. Okay, cool.
In orbits, there is no ENBO as well.
MCK, that's a good story. Just at that site during boarding, some guy was wearing a mask. I wanted to ask the captain. Oh, you can't talk to the captain. He's really busy right now. GG. That must really get on your nerves, though, right? I mean, but I've heard the same thing. Of course, there's countries that, how do you put this politely, where women have a different standing in society, and when our colleagues fly there, it's literally they're sitting together. Let's say you have a co-pilot and female captain. So captain and a co-pilot being female. You'll have someone, ramp agent or someone coming to ask something, and they come to the flight deck, and without a word, they just turn around and leave again. Right? They will not ask the ladies in the cockpit.
Female captains are quite rare today, right?
I mean,
think,
how many?
FOs?
3%, 5%.
Okay.
So it's still very low. Absolutely. Here comes QB. Is it 10%? Okay, so my bad. So 10% initially. All right. So there we go. I thought there was less than
Really?
10, but
For
even
captains,
10. Yeah, even 10. It's still so low. I mean.
I don't mean first officers. I think there are quite a lot, but captains, I don't think that are 10%.
I mean, of course that quote gets higher and higher now as time moves on. But yeah, I mean, 15 years ago it was a lot lower. Yeah, for sure.
MCK says 10% of pilots, and 10% is the first officer as well included.
But imagine that, MCK, 400 female captains across the world.
MCK, from what do you know that?
He's a living encyclopedia. At least aviation encyclopedia.
MCKpedia.
Same with Bruno. He knows so much stuff. I'm like, how do you store that in your brain? I don't know. My hard drive is just too full for that.
For me as well.
GGQB, thanks for flying along. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer my new sim rig will take, but I've ordered a massive kind of rig from Monster Tech, and I'll tell you all about it once it's here, and I've finally managed to assemble it. And then what I'm looking forward to, though, is some more hardware peripherals. So a collective for helicopter flying. So the whole setup will have very easy and quick fastness to exchange different peripherals. Weird looking F-16.
If you ask an engineer if your house is strong enough to hold all this equipment.
Well, I hope it's aluminium, so I mean, I hope it's not that heavy. But we'll see. I'll let you know. Well, if it doesn't, then I'll be very quickly in the living room. So my wife will not be happy about that.
You can change to the garage.
Oh no, it's cold there.
You need the heating.
Oh, that's expensive. There's nothing insulated there, so.
Insulate a little bit and a little heating, and then.
Yeah, but then my wife will complain that she can't park the car in the garage anymore, and then in the wintertime the car is cold. You lose either way. So I think she said it's all right. Stay up here. Ditch the kitchen.
You have to set some priorities.
Ditch the kitchen. You want me to get me divorced, Yoda? Jeez. That's true. No heating required for the 4090. Yeah, that's true.
That's
lovely,
true, yeah.
Lovely little city here. Wonderful, Brendan. Thank you so much again for the lovely 2 flights here. Very
Welcome.
nice. Beautiful scenery,
Next,
man. This
next time when we fly, we will go to the Lofoten.
Oh, very nice. So we go further up north.
Norwegian
Very nice.
aviation. Ah,
MCK, thank you much for watching. Yeah, all the best. I know you're very busy with the school and so on. Yeah, I hope all's going well. Yeah, stay well. And thank you to my dear moderators. Lovely to see you all again here today. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you like, so unfortunately, the next confirmed stream date is going to be next Monday. I do have 6 days of reserve duty coming up, so Monday in a week. Thank you much, guys. Thank you so much. But I'm sure you have lots of other interesting streamers out there that will keep you busy. And then we'll have a look at what comes up next with sceneries or with aircraft add-ons. Only you, Captain. Oh, that was really kind.
maybe you can do a little flight with the longitude to show it.
Yeah, so there's actually two aircraft that I need to show off at some point. One is the Longitude, and the other one is the Diamond twin 62 in X-Plane 12.
Oh, nice.
So, oh yeah, and TFFR. That's oh, what's the name again? The Air France flies there with a 320. But where did it take off, Bob? Because surely they can't reach that over the Atlantic. I have X-Plane 12. That's where I have it installed. I'm not sure if it's compatible to X-Plane 11 as well. What, really? Was that Montreal? That's South California. At Miami. Cool. All right, that's good. Okay, guys, I have to get to bed. Thank you so much once again, and take care, stay well, and I'll see you very, very soon. Good night.